Hi, how is everybody today? Hopefully, we're doing good. So, it's just going to be a quick one today. I wanted to talk about a few things really quick. Hopefully, you guys are doing good so far. One day till Valentine's Day. I need to figure out what to get my boyfriend. I know it's so hard to get something for like your significant other or especially guys, I feel like, because they just like if they need a tool, they get it. If they want a shirt, they get it. So it's hard to impress them, especially with like those lovey things like anything handmade or. But yeah, so I'm excited for that tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have a great day then too. So I was watching what was his name? Seeking the Truth with Dave. Um, it's I know his show is really controversial, but every once in a while I just kind of want to see like what's going on in Watts Island, so go through everything. And I was seeing that recently, like within the last couple days, Chris Watts' mom and dad have like done an interview with him where they admit that they now believe that he did do it. Like they're just now coming to grips with the idea of hold on, let me make sure chat's in there. Okay, sorry. They're just now getting to grips with the idea that he did do something, which is crazy. Like it's been a bunch of years. Like what this whole time, like what did they think was happening? I wish that they would like I know Cindy came out with her book, but I wish that they would like do some actual interviews and like we could get to know a little bit more of like what they actually thought. Um, and then there was another thing I had seen also that Shanann's gravesite where her and the girls are, that now it has a larger sign. And I'll probably throw a video on after this too about it, just a really quick one, like a short, but that her gravesite is now totally covered. Like they put like a blue tarp over the large piece and then the two side seats right here where all the decorations and plants and stuff are. Like the entire, I think you call it monument, gravestone. The entire thing is covered by a blue tarp now. Like you can't see the names or anything, which is really sad. Like I had always thought someday I'm going to go to North Carolina. If I ever do, I'm just going to pay my respects, leave her some roses. But it's kind of sad that they did that. I hope it's like a temporary thing. I know that Chris Watts' parents were out there, and I think they're the ones who took the picture of the tarp. So I don't know if it was like something where they were trying to prevent them from coming, because I know they have cameras that they put in at the gravesite that's just for watching and seeing when Ronnie and Cindy come invite to the gravesite, and then like people will pull up, like I guess friends of the family or actually family members will actually pull up to the gravesite once that they know that they're there. So it must be pretty darn close to their house, which is really sad. I feel like everyone should be able to at least, put flowers down or say something nice and maybe not loiter, maybe not like get too close or touch anything, or like if they don't want people to leave things, that's their rules because they own the plot, so it's technically their private property. Do you know what I mean? But I hope that doesn't stay. It's really sad, but it's their family member, so you have to respect it too. Do you know what I mean? Um, there were a few things about the Watts case. Oh, and why do you think they did that? Hi, Thrive for Shanann. How are you? Well, I think I don't know. I can't decide why. I kind of think it's because oops, sorry. I'm so sorry about that. I'm still figuring stuff out. You have to forgive me. Okay. So I think they did it more for probably stopping the people that are being like rude. I'm sure besides they don't want Ronnie and Cindy there. They've already kind of stated that. So I think that they put that tarp up to also deter people from visiting there too. I'm sure there's people who are really not respectful, who come like all the time, you know. I would say that people are good 90% of the time. So like, I feel like you should kind of trust people to pay their respects in their own way, because I feel like it should be, the plot should be owned by the girls and Shanann. And if you want to say something to them or leave something for them, I feel like you should. I don't know. I don't know why they did that for sure. I wish I did. How are you doing? You are so cute. I love the hat in your picture. Oh wait, is that Shanann or is that you? It's hard to see because half of the face is covered up by the YouTube thing. But yeah, so there, let's see. What else is there? Oh, so I did hear that Chris's parents and Dave were talking about how, oh, wow, yes, it's Shanann. Oh, okay. I thought I recognized that face once I looked, because it's like tinier than my fingertip to like actually see the little picture. So I wasn't 100% sure. She is super gorgeous. But okay, so Chris's parents and Dave, the Seeking the Truth with Dave, which they're friends now. I don't know if you guys know this, but he has one of Chris's jerseys. He's been to their house. He's been to the gravesite with them. Like he has like a full blown, like really good friendship with them. But anyways, let me get this out. Okay, so Chris's parents and Dave have decided that, or well, I don't know if they found out this or people are kind of saying it and they're jumping on the boat, but Nicole's last name now is supposedly Miller. He showed some pictures of somebody named Miller taking, it was like a I just bought a house thing, and both of the people were in masks, and the lady standing behind the gentleman who was saying that he bought the house looks exactly like Nicole, and they're saying that that's her. So I don't know if she jumped right back on Facebook or what. Let's see. Hi, Linda. How are you? So nice to see you. Thanks for coming, guys. I really appreciate anybody who stops by at all. So thank you. Cindy told Dave that Frank covered the gravesite because he didn't want Dave to see it. Apparently, this is what Chris told his parents. I was surprised to see that Frank called the killer. Oh, okay. So you're saying that Frank called Chris to see if Chris wanted Dave to see the grave. Chris didn't want Dave to see the grave. So Shanann's or Chris agreed that he also did not want them to see the grave along with Shanann's parents. And then Shanann's parents covered it with Chris's permission. That's crazy. Dude, that's so crazy. Do you know how hard it would be? Right? Sorry for Shanann. Like, do you know how hard it would be to utter one sentence or to even listen on the phone to somebody who killed your family and did them so dirty? It's crazy. Like, but I don't know, at the same time, they've had to go and kind of work with him several times. Once in the, you remember the big interview in jail? Chris's parents had talked to the investigators, remember, when they were trying to get the story out and saying that they still loved Chris and all that stuff. And then there was another time, for the house, they had to talk to him about when they just recently sold the house. And now this with the covering the grave. Like, I wonder if he's apologized to them. Like, I'm dying to know what happens around behind the scenes. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That just blew my mind. So what else was I going to say? Checking live. Frank is right. Thriving for Shanann. Thrive for Shanann. I absolutely agree with you. Like, Frank and Frankie, and I think probably Frankie gets it from his dad and his mom, they're both really strong. It takes a really strong man to show his emotions and to cry. And it takes a really, really strong man to show his emotions and cry in front of other people and show them that, humans go through emotions, and they have both been so vulnerable and so brave, well, along with Sandy as well. But they've both been so brave, and they've both fought for what they thought this whole time. Like, obviously, Frankie, you hear a lot more about like Frankie going out and saying stuff to people and kind of fighting back a little bit more, like towards AD and Dave and people that are saying bad stuff. But Frank also I think he was in Colorado like a couple years after it happened, and he's the one who gave the press conference about people harassing them online. So they've both stood up and really, really, I don't know, stood up for their family and the circumstances that they're in. Do you know what I mean? Sandy, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but she hasn't been in as much, she hasn't talked as much like to the media. She hasn't fought on the internet. She does her show, but I really don't think she engages in very much of the drama that's going on. Do you know what I mean? Which is super, I don't know, that's hard, but respectable. Yeah, that's the word I'm thinking of. Yeah. So let's see, what other Watts news was there? Oh, that and I don't know if this one's true, but supposedly a lot of Chris's co-workers, or a couple of them, Chris's co-workers, have visited him since he's been in not Washington, Wisconsin. And I don't know if this is true, but also like Troy, somebody else that he worked with at Anadarko, and then supposedly Nicole is visiting him. I don't know if that's true. I haven't seen like the visitors list that says anything about a Miller or anything like that, but I don't know. There's so much, you guys have probably noticed this, but there's so much drama with the Watts case that you don't even know what stuff's real sometimes. Like sometimes I'll hear something and be like, no, that's not true. That's bullshit. Like, remember when Sherilyn said that Bella walked all the way up the ladder to the oil tank? Like, when I first heard that, I was like, there's no way. That's just salacious to sell a book. But then I saw some of the stuff that he's writing in the letters, and I'm like, that's crazy. But okay, I'm going to switch a little bit. I kind of want to talk about just like Valentine's Day stuff, I want to, it's not always easy for everybody, like I just want to encourage everyone to be super nice to everyone that they see on Valentine's Day. It can be a really hard day for some people. It's just a day where you are forced to think about all those lovey-dovey couples, and you see the commercials where he pulls up with a car and a diamond ring, and like, yeah, no, those expectations, those aren't real. Like, nobody's getting that crap. Do you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what gifts you get. It doesn't matter like that you don't get anything. Like, I was even married for years and years and I wouldn't get anything, but at the same time, through that relationship, I got my kids. So I was always trying to be really thankful every year. But I just encourage you guys, if you know one of your friends that's single, I love that. If you know one of your friends that's single and or widowed or anything like that, just throw them a call and say Happy Valentine's Day, or just be aware that a lot of people, it's kind of triggering and it's a sad time of the year, and then if you have somebody, be so thankful. Like, if you get ugly dead flowers and melted chocolate, like, that's just as good as a car to me. That's just as good as a diamond ring to me, because that person went out to the store and got all that stuff for you. Do you know what I mean? Like the fact that somebody this day and age goes out and spends an hour, even 45 minutes, half hour of their time just because they want to do something that makes you smile. Like, just be extra thankful for that. Just know that if you are alone and you feel alone, you're not. I'm here. If anybody ever needs me, my email's on my About page. Reach out. But know that you are cared about, you're loved, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, I like you. Thanks for coming, guys. Make sure on the way out you like, subscribe. I really appreciate everybody stopping by. Thank you, thank you, thank you for so much for coming. Take care, everybody. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day tomorrow. I'm not going to be hopping on tomorrow, but happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for coming for Shanann and Linda. And I really appreciate you guys just stopping by and even taking the time to put a comment. Like, that's huge. That means everything to me. That's my Valentine's Day present from y'all. So take care. Bye, guys. Take care.